What's up, my guys? We are back in line once again. It's me, your co-host JT, and your boy Tiggy Nation. Our third wheel, Jake, could not make it tonight. He had a special date with the couch, so he couldn't make it tonight. That was prior commitment to laying on the couch watching TV. We understand. We understand. We all have prior commitments, but we definitely miss him. Tiggy Nation, what's up?
I'm great, JT. Jake wants to watch the NIT tournament. I get that, a lot of tough competition in that for basketball. I'm actually wearing my Final Four shirt from last year. Hell yeah.
Nice.
People forget
Very
I was
nice.
there. I don't know who won. UConn won. UConn definitely won. They won. I think. So, yeah.
I honestly couldn't tell. I honestly don't. I don't know.
I think UConn. What was it? Them, Purdue, Alabama, and then I
Figure it out.
don't even know this other team, but I think UConn definitely won. I don't even think it was close. But things are good, JT. It's been a couple weeks, we got a lot to cover, a lot to talk about for life and just what's been happening. So, why don't you lead us off here?
Oh gosh. Okay. What's been happening? The past 2 weeks. Let's see. Weather's getting much nicer. It just immediately, it just heightens the spirits. So that's been real exciting. After work, I got a nice little drive to the gym, windows down. You can't beat that spring breeze coming in here. So that's been real good. What else been going on? Had a few trips for work. Nothing crazy, fun, exciting there. Planted some more. I planted some more plants. Got a
What'd you plant?
raspberry bush.
That's
Okay.
sick.
I got a raspberry bush. And then we got a bunch of like herbs, tomato plant, a jalapeno plant, a strawberry bush. So listen, you give me a couple years, it's gonna be just a self-sustaining oasis in my backyard.
Yeah.
That's the plan. So that's been fun. Really been enjoying having a nice little yard to just do stuff in, kind of out in the country a little bit. So that's been good. That's kind of what I've been into the past few weeks. One other thing. Last weekend, we went to a new lakeside restaurant called Eddie's. Freaking awesome. It's so funny. I love how like lake towns, the lake bars are very tropical. You know what I mean? And they're always seafood. And it's like, how funny is that? Which I get it. In the lake, there's fish, but there's not seafood at the lake. But it's cool. They're trying to bring that tropical beach vibe to the lake, which is like the closest thing to the actual beach. So I definitely appreciate it. But we hit one of those restaurants. It was really good vibes. I can see it being a great summer spot. So that was a lot of fun.
That's sick. And I do think it's cool how they do play into it. It's like by the water. So naturally, all seafood. But the thing about the best seafood places is they got the best chicken tenders. Always.
They do. That is true.
And the beer battered fries, chef's kiss.
You're right. Honestly, you're right. Seafood restaurants always have really good chicken tenders. Now, are you a fan of the chicken tender that's like flat, or do you like the real like meaty like round ball? You know what I'm trying to say. You know how some chicken tenders are flat, right? And then you have the ones that are kind of like just crazy shape, real crunchy. You know what I mean?
So I would say, am I muted? Am I muted? Can you hear me?
Nope, I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh my God, my whole Skype. I mean, Skype is going down, and we can tell because it says I'm muted and I'm not. How I'm taking that, the flat chicken tender, I'm thinking like Long John Silver's. You know what I mean? Long John, they got the flat ones. Cheddar's has the more circular ones.
Yeah.
I love the look of how the Long John looks. I think it's incredible. And they're so flaky. And that's what we see a lot of the times at the seafood restaurants, that style. And those have the best chicken tenders. You know, Cheddar's fantastic. The circular ones are always good. I mean, chicken tenders, there's a place for everything. But I think the flatter ones at the seafood restaurants stand the test of time. I think they're incredible, you know? So if you're like me and don't like seafood, don't worry. There will be chicken tenders at the place.
For sure. No, and I don't eat a whole lot of seafood. If I'm getting seafood, I like a nice, like maybe like a fish taco. You know, I like fish tacos. You know, I'm good for like once a year, maybe, or like once a vacation, like crab legs. That's fun. Like I like working for them. This is a different conversation, but I'm actually a fan of food you gotta like work for. I don't know why, but I love that. But yeah, I usually don't get like real big on the seafood. I love chicken tenders. But that's crazy. I'm more of a fan of like the more like cylindrical Cheddar's look, where the crust is like super crunchy, you know, like break your tooth crunchy if you bite it the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dip those shits in freaking honey mustard. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's real good.
So speaking of foods you want to work for, what would you consider like the top foods you work for?
So the first things that came to my mind were obviously crab legs. You ever eaten a pomegranate?
Yeah, I have. I don't.
So you really got to work for those. I love them. Same kind of thing with a grapefruit. It's not like an orange. You don't just peel it. Like you got to like dig it out. You got to cut it well, at least the way I do it. Like cut it in half. Then you got to like scoop it out. You know what I mean?
Kind of like a mango too.
Yeah. See, like that kind of like, so I guess like a lot of fruits are like that. I'm trying to think of other things besides like fruit.
I mean, we were talking seafood, crab legs. You got oysters, you got clams and stuff. You know.
See, I don't eat a whole lot. Like anything that starts to get into the shell fit. Like obviously a crab is I guess a shell. I don't know, but shellfish like that, oysters, clams, scallops, like any of that stuff, I steer clear from, because major like hit or miss with my stomach. So I haven't eaten anything like that in years. But if it was good for, like, if it didn't affect me, would love the whole thing with oysters, cracking them open. Like I don't know. I love that. It's something very like, I guess you could say primal. I mean, I'm not like a primal guy, but
yeah,
I just think that's cool. I don't know. I like when you have to kind of work for your food.
Yeah, you got to work for your food. Yeah, and I mean, like you kind of said, it is primal. You know, I mean, you're gardening. You're I don't want to say gathering, but you are creating sustenance and food in your backyard. You know, it's gonna be cool to harvest that and actually eat that one of these days.
So like I picture just a few years from now, when the fruit trees are like have grown, you know, a whole lot. They're bearing fruit.
Yeah.
Like you have bushes like a raspberry or strawberry. They're runners, they call them. So they like just continue to kind of grow and climb on things like that. So I just picture that and I'm like, man, I just think that is so cool.
I think, and I've said this before, I don't know if I've said it on the pod, but deep down, at least at one point in every man has had the urge to, become a cowboy, live off the lands.
Oh yeah.
Like they'll watch Yellowstone and be like, I want to do that. I want to be a rancher. I want to grow my own food. I want to, take care of cattle, and then I'll kill it, and then I'll, harvest all the meat and store it and freeze it and cook it. And that's how I'm gonna live. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go into town, trade the meat for essentials I need for the butter and stuff. Like that's how the olden days were. Deep down, I think every time, in all men, at some point that thought has crossed their mind. Like I would love to do that. You know what I mean? just for a little bit. I think internally that's just the way we're kind of made.
Yeah, I do be agreeing with you there. Like, it's just such a, I think it's such a natural, instinctual thing to at least like have the urge to do it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like you look at animals, like they have their instincts, and that's just how they come out of the freaking their moms doing what their instincts tell them to do. You know, as humans, it takes us a longer process to grow, but I think that's one of those things. It's like just like in your genetic makeup. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Tiggy Nation, what's going on with you? Like, give me something here. What have you been up to the past couple weeks?
Give you something. So right now I am running a lot. I'm getting in pretty good shape right now. I've lost some weight. I am running
Awesome.
many miles per day. Yesterday we did 7.5 miles in an hour.
Dang.
At a sub-8 pace, so that was fucking sick. And I got home. I collapsed. I tried to throw up outside, but my throat was so sore. I needed water, and I went inside, drank some water, and then threw up all in my toilet. And
God dang.
Yeah, felt good. Pain is weakness leaving the body, so it was great. You know.
So what got this new running journey happening? What's the scoop? You know what I mean?
I wouldn't call it a new journey, but you know, it's just not a lot nicer out right now, and the sun sets a lot later, and by a lot later, like the same time here, because we didn't change time zones, but everyone else did. So we changed time zones. Everyone else changed times. We changed time zones, which is very annoying, you know, because now I'm 3 hours behind everyone back home. Extremely tough. So yeah, but you know, I've always somewhat ran past couple years, I would say. You know, I did a half marathon last year. I'm planning to do a half marathon this year at the beach because I won't be able to go to San Diego this year. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I don't run, I just get bigger, and I don't want to get bigger. So I've just been running a lot more and you know, it's all mental. You know, like I believe I could go out right now and I could probably run a marathon if you know, it's physically I could. Mentally, I don't think I could get past 5K. I don't think I can mentally get past 5K right now. You know, so those are the hurdles with running. It's not so much physical, it's more just mental. And have you ever seen Now You See Me?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great one.
I don't know if it's that. I think it's Now You See Me. And the scene whenever it's kind of like a flashback whenever they throw like the sledgehammer into the glass and the glass breaks and the safe's there, all the money's there. That's what I internalize when I'm running. I'm like breaking down the fucking walls every time, you know, because I'm like, I don't think I can get back. Many times yesterday, I was like, I'm gonna have to call my roommate to come pick me up because I can't do it. I can't do it. You know, and I had to keep telling myself, no, I fucking can. I absolutely can. I can do it. I just got to keep going. Just, you know, another half mile, another 0.2, another 0.1. And I just got to keep telling myself that the whole time to get home, basically. So, you know, it's been fun. I enjoy challenging myself. And when I'm finished, I fucking love it. I love posting that shot and been like, look at the fuck what I did, pal. What did you do, huh? Sit and eat bonbons? Like, yeah, you're getting soft. My favorite, I'm going to bring up, what was it? It's from Peaky Blinders, and I always see it on Instagram, you know, and it's Tommy telling Arthur, and it's like, you're getting soft, brother. Leave the Bible for Sundays, you know? And man, I'm just trying to get fucking after it, you know, and I'm feeling a lot better. I feel like I look a lot better, and I'm just, you know, more energy, happier, you know, and I think physical health is so much. Physical health and mental health should be treated the same. You know what I mean? Should absolutely be treated the same. And I feel like it's very easy to fall into like, listen, you got to take care of the mental first and stuff like that. But I think the physical affects the mental so much more.
Oh, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think you could almost put them in the, maybe not the same bucket, but they're very Venn diagram. You know what I'm saying? They're very Venn diagram there.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, I mean, we're no doctors here, but I fully believe that if you feel like you are having like a mental thing going on, hey, listen, I'm no doctor here. I'm just saying
No
from
doctors
my
are on this pod.
experience, just from my experience, before you feel like, oh, I need to, I got something wrong with me, like I need a medicine or whatever, get that health up, get that fitness up, and then revisit it. You know what I mean? Because I bet you, if you just start grinding physically, a lot of that mental fog is gonna clear. And I say that from experience. You know what I mean, Tiggy Nation?
Yep. Yeah, and you'll see a lot of quotes of like, listen, you're sad, you're heartbroken, whatever, like, hey, shut it all out, take a couple months, focus on your health, focus on yourself, and you're gonna become a whole different person. You know what I mean? And you're gonna see clear, jump higher, run faster, all that, and you're gonna feel great. Yeah, so it sounds like we're on the same wavelength. I mean, it's scientifically proven. When the endorphins are running after physical exercise, you generally feel happier. You know what I mean? Like, so. And at the very least, you're gonna look a little better. So you know what?
Yeah.
Would you rather be sad and depressed and out of shape, or would you rather be sad, depressed, and looking fucking hot? So
yeah, hey, that's true. Hey, Tiggy Nation, you ever do the Stairmaster?
Oh, dude, I do the Stairmaster once a year. I do it once a year. I do it on September 11th. That's the only day I do the Stairmaster.
Oh wow! So here's the thing. I am all about. I've learned this is something that works for me. I'm not saying this to everyone, and I mean this for physical stuff. I mean this for just personal goals, work goals. I am a little bit each day kind of guy, but I mean consistently. You can't do a little bit every once in a while. You got to do a little bit every single day. And then when you look back 3 months, you're like, oh shit, that little bit turned into a big bit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So like I like to ease into things when I'm working out. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start this because my body's not used to this, right? I'm gonna start this new thing because this is gonna shock my body, right? So I started doing the Stairmaster, I'd say probably a month ago, 2 months ago, not long ago. And I couldn't hardly do it for 5 minutes. I swear to God. I'm tough. Like, this is hard. But I did that little bit every day. And now I do like 20, 25 minutes, still nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like when you look at where I started from now, I can even feel it on my body. You know what I mean? And you do 20 minutes on the freaking Stairmaster. I am drenched in sweat.
Yeah.
I love that thing. So I'm big on the Stairmaster right now.
Yeah. And that, I mean, just think 5 minutes to 2025, that's 4 times 5x already in a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
That's fucking phenomenal, And even though it's something new, even though it's something you never thought you could do or never wanted to do, it's like, oh, I'm not going to walk the Stairmaster. That's, now people will probably say, oh, that's the chick machine. That's what girls do. They walk up a hill. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's very humbling to do that shit. I mean, there's times I'll do some certain squats. Have you ever done a curtsy squat?
Wait, is that like when you cross? Wait, how do you do that? You like cross your feet or something, right?
Yep. Right here. We'll do that for all the listeners. So you're like sitting like this, and then you like.
Oh God! So it's like it's like almost a lunge.
It's almost like a lunge / like semi pistol squat, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you do those, and I had to do them for like one, I don't know, like hit workout or something. I don't know what was going on, and I mean, I couldn't walk the next day. I was like, what? I couldn't even do them. People were doing like weight. I'm doing like all the big weights with the upper body, all the weights.
Yeah.
And then girls are doing those weight, and I'm like, I can't even do this body weight.
Yeah.
Can't even do it. So
yeah. So no, 100%. And listen, I'll be 30 in a month. I'm not out to be a bodybuilder anymore. I just want to be in shape, feel good, feel strong. The best thing for legs for me is the leg machines, like leg extensions, leg curls, calf raises, and freaking just dumbbell lunges. Lunges, I think lunges are like the best freaking thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a similar thing like you were just doing. Just yours is more difficult.
It is.
Like,
lunges are tough too.
Yeah. And like if you can get in a good rhythm of doing lunges, like my legs feel probably the best they've ever felt. Cause like it gets to a point where I was doing deadlifts with dumbbells a few months ago. That was my that routine I was in at that point. I freaking just crushed my back. And I was like, oh, I am not doing these anymore.
Yeah. No.
Like I was down bad. You know what I mean? That little lower back thing. Yeah.
No chance. Yeah. The back, I am like, I never want to hurt my back ever. Like the only deadlifts I do are from like the hexagon thing, whatever that is,
Yeah.
That's the only one I do. But I, like you, have been focusing primarily on legs. A lot of it. And I have never really worked out my legs ever. You know what I mean? Like I've run, half marathon in the past, do pretty well running naturally just because I'm taller, and I enjoy that. But my legs have never been strong. Like I would struggle to do body weight lunges, just all the time.
They're freaking hard. Yeah.
They're tough. And now I will do legs every other day. And most of the time when I do like, whether it's like chest and tri day or whatever, or back and bis or shoulders, whatever, I will still like either walk uphill on the treadmill at like an incline, or I'll ride a bike. I'll ride like a cycling bike or something like that. So I will do that, working it in just daily, or just run outside. But on the leg days, I'm hitting leg press and I'm putting like 6, 7, 8 plates on each side. You know what I mean? Like I'm lifting massive amount of weight. I'm going to like the leg press machine and I'm doing like single legs. I am like, I'm doing like the adduction thing. I'm literally pulling one side all the way with my arm to get my legs on, because I'm spreading my legs like Mary Magdalene back in the day. You know what I mean? I am going absolutely fucking crazy on my legs. And I think I can run faster. I think I can run farther. And I'm doing like backward lunges in between sets. And I am noticing that I can actually see leg muscles when I'm like doing that stuff. And I'm like, this is fucking sick. You know what I mean? So I think legs for guys is so underutilized and stuff like that. And I feel like that solely is putting me in really good shape, is from the legs, like you're saying, JT. So I don't do the Stairmaster. I do like I am walking uphill like a 12 or 13 incline.
Well, you're running 7 miles. So I think it's okay. I think we've been over this probably a million times, one of the, throughout the years on the podcast. Running is a tough one. That is such a freaking tough one. And you're right. It's totally majority mental. And it's like, I guess no pun intended, but I like a nice slow burn. Like, climbing up the mountain, to the tippy top of the mountain, as you would say, Tiggy Nation.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? But I mean, you're running 7 miles a day, so I think you're good.
Yeah. I'm gonna try tonight. I'm gonna climb some stairs. I'm gonna climb some stairs in your honor today. I'm gonna break it out. I'm gonna give it a try.
It's a good sweat. I love it.
That'll be good.
What
else? You got anything on fitness? You got anything more on fitness?
No, man. I like I said, I'm not out here trying to be a bodybuilder anymore. I'm just trying to stay in shape, do what feels good, You know what I mean? Eat good, I think that's the 30-year-old way these days. But it feels good. I feel good. I don't know about you. I mean, I feel good for any time in my life right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
So I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to look good so I can get a date. But yeah.
Yeah. You look pretty good, Tiggy Nation.
I appreciate that.
What else is going on? NCAA March Madness.
Yep. Want to talk about it?
We can for a few minutes because I can't even act like I know everything because I hardly know much. I only watch, I think, a few games out of all of college this year, but I did make a couple brackets.
Mm-hmm.
I have in the men's, I have the Tennessee Volunteers winning, and women's, I had to go West Virginia Mountaineers. I do know that the West Virginia Mountaineers in the men's got absolutely snubbed.
Mm-hmm.
After looking into it and reading it some more, it's just a shame. It's a
Yep.
shame. It's just a shame in so many sports. It just always seems like there's some kind of hidden agenda in there, which it turns out it kind of seems like there was for North Carolina to get in. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Did
Yeah.
you see all that stuff?
Yep. Yep. I just don't get I don't get because UNC. What seed is UNC?
I think they're like 11 or something. 11.
So wouldn't that mean can we get a 12 seed? Can we get a 13 seed? It
See
makes
this
no fucking
this
sense.
this is where I am too far removed from it because that's exactly what I said. I'm like, wait a second. We were projected a 10 or 11 seed. So how did we just not get in at all?
How
Is
do we
what I
drop
don't.
25 spots?
I don't get that one. That is the thing I do not understand.
Yeah.
Because it's always that 10, 11 seed that does that every year to where it's like, oh, first four out or whatever.
Yeah.
When they were a 10 or 11 seed. But there's freaking 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 seed. It doesn't make any sense.
Give us one of those.
Yeah, like I genuinely don't get it. That's where I'm like, I'm too far removed from this. I have no clue what's going on. Will I even watch it? I don't know. I mean, I don't have any brackets for money either. So it's like, am I even going to watch any games? Like, we'll see. I probably won't, to be honest. What about you?
I fully made zero brackets. I think what I might do is someone commented on Twitter and was like, "Hey, this method has been tracked a couple years and it's very profitable. What you do is you just take the first 2 days and you just bet on every underdog money line, and it's always profitable." And it's like, yeah, only the
There's
first
got to
2
be
days.
some
So
upsets.
don't do the second 2 days. And they're like, it's even more if you don't do like the 1 and 16 seed, because the odds of that 16 seed winning, I mean, that's happened once, right? Ever, right? So like, you can not do that and you save a little bit of money, but yeah, you do that the first 2 days, and apparently it's like 10 plus units every single year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again,
yeah.
I've done no research. This was a guy on Twitter, so maybe I'll bust out the gambling just for the first 2 days.
That's a good point. Yeah, because there's always upset city going on. So it's like, and if you exclude 1 and 16,
yeah,
I think that could be a good play there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Jake got his cabin that they've been doing. I think that's been kind of turned into a little tradition. So I was bummed out for him, especially that the Mountaineers didn't get in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind of really sucks. Our coach already left. Did you see that?
I did.
So our coach already left. He's going to Indiana. Now everyone's saying, God dang, did he plan this whole thing to have his son hurt the whole season so he could redshirt to go play with him in Indiana? Oh my God, I don't know. But there's only one man that can save us now, and his name is Bob Huggins.
Okay. How is it? You think they're gonna bring him back?
Nah, Tiggy Nation, I don't know. I just like to troll. But how sick would that be? We brought Rich Rod back. Bring back Bob Huggins. Just run it back. Take us back to 2007. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
If anyone could,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I will be watching some March Madness games this Thursday. So in 2 days, or maybe 1 day after the posting, I'm going to Minnesota for the weekend.
Oh, nice.
And for more college athletics, I'm going to a hockey Frozen face-off, and it's the top 4 teams of this NCHC division, which holds like
Mm-hmm.
Denver, North Dakota, Western Michigan, Minnesota St. Cloud, Minnesota Duluth, and Arizona State is in it as well. And Arizona State was the second seed in the division. Arizona State in hockey, nonetheless. Okay, this isn't football. This is basketball. We're a hockey school, Arizona State, the Sun Devils, and we won our play-in series last weekend. We went Friday. It was fantastic, and that we are going to go see them play. They're playing Friday, and then the championship Saturday. So it's going to be at the XL Energy Center with the Minnesota Wild play. So it's going to be sick. It's going to be a great time. Awesome. But we're flying in Thursday morning, and that's when March Madness starts. So we are going to be somewhere, probably watching a bunch of games and probably having a lot of fun. So we will probably be watching some games, at least Thursday.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
So that'll be a good time.
Awesome. That's going to be real good. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you flying to? You flying to MSP?
MSP, baby. MSP. Guess
cool...
what? So we are, so it's a straight through flight. Our flight, we're landing at 11 o'clock a.m.
Uh-huh.
What time do you think our flight takes off?
Okay, time out now. So 11 o'clock, you're landing at 11 o'clock a.m. So the flight has got to be at like 5:30 in the morning or something.
It is 5:30 in the morning.
Dude,
right on the money.
I'm nice. That was nice. Dang.
5:30 the fucking morning.
Yeah, that's going to throw you off, but that'll be cool. You'll have a whole day of activities.
Yeah.
Just getting there, which is nice.
Yeah. I'm going with one of my roommates, Chase, who's a big hockey fan, played college hockey and stuff. And then my cousin's going over, and him and his girlfriend are big North Dakota fans. And then we're meeting our friend Stills, who lives in Minnesota too, out there. So it's gonna be a cool little like reunion and stuff. So it's gonna be fun.
That'll be awesome, man. That'll be a great time. I'm excited to hear about it.
Yeah.
A couple more things, then I gotta go to bed.
Okay.
NASCAR.
Seabell did it again.
Seabell, he did it again in Phoenix.
Yep.
I was like, he's about to do the freaking 4-peat in Vegas. I was like, he's literally gonna win 4 in a row. Yeah, he had a shot there for a second, but he did not. But I'm like, okay, can't win them all. 3 out of 5, pretty good. It's so funny when they come out with the freaking power rankings. I'm like, this makes no sense. They have William Byron at number 1 power rankings. I'm like, please make it make sense. Who made this? Who made this image? Who made this graphic? Yeah. Hendrick Motorsports. I think out of the top 10, every Hendrick Motorsports driver was in the top 10. I'm like, oh, did your Hendrick Motorsports social media guy make this? No, but been a good season so far. I like to see Josh Berry win last week. Kind of a new name in there in the mix. I kind of like seeing that. You kind of get bored of seeing the same people win all the time, unless it's Christopher Bell. So that's pretty cool. You got to go for not the race, but you got to go check some stuff out Phoenix weekend, didn't you?
Yep. I volunteered for a 5-hour shift, and they got me a free day off at work, so that was cool. And I kept thinking, I'm like, oh, I'm watching the practices for like the big race and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, Kyle Larson not out, Seabell's not coming out. Like, what's going on with their cars? What's going on? And I was watching like whatever the Xfinity series or whatever the lower tier one is, and I'm like,
Xfinity,
I'm just a fucking moron. But
that's cool. So, that's cool. You got to check that out though.
Cool spot, very cool track. Like just so a whole mile long, just super simple, super short. It's cool to see.
A lot of people aren't a fan of Phoenix racing, but I am. Like that, I can't remember if it's turn 1 or I think it's turn 1 where they go freaking crazy. It's like they're
there's 5 wide.
There's like 5 wide.
2 rows are below the line. 2 rows are
I'm like,
line.
I love that. So I think that's sick. Are you all caught up on Severance?
I am all caught up. I'm going to be honest, JT. I'm so mentally out of this fucking show, dude. I'm so out of it.
I mean,
I just don't care. I don't care. I don't care anymore. It's been like 4 bad episodes in a row. I'm like,
That's a bummer.
I'm like, just give me the, I'll tell you what it is. It got the bear treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Where The Bear was so good season 1. It was fucking awesome, a lot of heat in the kitchen, very good actors everywhere. It was cool to see. Very artsy. It was awesome. Won a lot of awards. And they're like, okay, we're going to take a couple years off, develop it, and now every episode needs to be an Emmy-winning episode.
Yeah.
So pretty, no CGI. Let me spend 5 months recording Adam Scott running through a fucking hallway on a treadmill. Dude, sick shots. But the amount of story we have gotten has been so little.
I mean,
it's so much less than House of the Dragon. So much less. Not even close.
Well, listen, this is a conversation for a whole episode. House of the Dragon is a masterpiece. I don't care. That show is incredible. I don't know the hate on season 2 at all. Season 2 is freaking awesome. I don't know what you guys want. Game of Thrones season 7 and season 8. Oh, it's too rushed. It's too rushed. Oh, it's too rushed. House of the Dragon's taking its freaking good old time. Oh, I can't believe they ended the season like that. Oh, I didn't get to see. What do you want? House of the Dragon is awesome. But what I will say, I'm still enjoying Severance a lot. So is Angie. I think we have a good time watching it. So maybe it's our own little thing, but definitely a character development season. They humanized everyone. Miss Cobell. How much did they humanize Milchick? You're like, okay, this is an actual dude, like with actual problems. You know what I mean? So they've done that with like every character. Because in season 1, you know what I mean? You're like Milchick. This dude's like a robot or something. He's freaking weird, right? But they've really brought him to life in season 2. Same with Miss Cobell. You kind of figuring that out. So it's definitely a character development season. Definitely, I hate to say filler season, but setting the stage kind of season. You know what I mean? We just need something in this last episode. It's titled Cold Harbor. So what's going to happen there? Honestly, I'm guessing Gemma is going to get yopped. She's going to get killed, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Will we even know what happens at the end of this episode? Maybe not. I don't know. But I'm with you. It's definitely a slower filler season, but that's all right. I think in the long run it'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's all right. It stinks because season 1 was so cool, and then it got so popular, and now it's like years later, it comes out, everyone's excited, and it's like, dude, I'm just like, I mean, I didn't even care about the episode with Gemma. I didn't even care. I was like, dude, I'm like, it's cool. See where she's at, but we already, like, as the audience, we already knew she was alive. We already knew.
Yeah.
So that's 60 minutes. It's like
I kind of agree. Like Angie loved the Gemma episode. That it didn't need to be a whole designated for a whole episode. I don't think. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I do agree. Same with the Cobell episode. Didn't need to be the whole episode. We didn't need to see all that weird shit where they all talk funny. And I'm like, what is this about? Everyone's talking in riddles and stuff all the time. I mean, that's a whole other thing.
We all found that, and we found out she was the one who did like a lot of the design on a lot of the stuff at Kier, Cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. 50 minutes for that. Like, sick. All right.
Yeah.
Now we're along to see where Gemma's been, but we already knew she was alive. So
yeah.
Cool. And there's really no escape for her, obviously. Like, we get it. Okay, cool. Answers need to come, pieces need to fit, because now we're at a point, and if they fuck up this finale, I mean, a lot of people will not care for season 3. A lot of people won't. It's only 2 seasons in. This isn't Game of Thrones after 6 seasons where it's like, well, we have to come back even though 7 was bad. You know what I mean? People will not be that invested if this thing stinks, because people are on the edge, myself included.
Yep. I agree, Tiggy Nation. So we'll see. We'll have to stay updated. But that's all I got. It's 9:30 here.
All right. I got to close out a couple things. Formula One. It was raining in Melbourne, so no one really passed anyone. Lewis Hamilton finished 8th. He started at 8th. This weekend in Shanghai, so hopefully it's a little warmer for him. Probably not, so who knows. It's cool to see Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari, though. It's sick. What else? Chicken Girl, got to mention it. Out again, officially on the pod.
Oh shit!
Have to bring it out again. We're moving on. All right, the show goes on. I had to, people were ever wondering about that. All right, yeah. So had to quickly mention that, and now, so pretty soon I'm gonna put that thing back together, and you'll see it in the background, and everyone can laugh at me. So that'll be good, and then a show that I would recommend watching, JT, is called The Pit on HBO.
My mom was just telling me about this.
JT, it is an ER-generated show. It's kind of like 24, if you've ever seen that show, because every episode is an hour.
You did say that.
Into the shit.
I'll have to check that out.
It's so cool. I'm not even kidding, JT. And it's based in Pittsburgh, which is really cool. They mentioned Permane Brothers. They mentioned other local places and stuff. And JT, this last episode, what they mentioned that happened, and I was like, oh my God, I can only imagine what's about to happen. I literally turned to the side and started bawling my eyes out for what's about to come, JT. I'm crying over a scenario that is in my head that hasn't hit the screen yet about fictitious characters in a fucking TV show.
Dang, dude.
That's what this show is going to be. That's what this show is going to be.
I need to check it out then. My goodness.
It's fucking sick. Would recommend. I don't know if I have anything else.
All right. That sounds good to me.
That's it.
All right, brother. Well, it was good catching up. We will catch up next week. Thank you all for hopping in line with us, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.